Line, Abernathy from GAC wins the race. Temperance Simmons from East Lorenz second, and then Jared Pepper from Modell comes in third. And now on to the 3A 400-meter dash.
Yeah, Quintaveon Poole, 47:28 is his PR coming in. That is the 9th fastest time in the nation. He is just a junior. You will see him in the 200 later today. He's a better 400-meter runner, but you know what? He's a dark horse in the 200. But 47.2, just a junior in an area where you don't really associate 400-meter runners coming out of Washington County, which of course is where Taquillo Spikes is from, Robert Edwards, Sandysville, Georgia. A few athletes have come out of this. So we have 47.28, but I'll tell you what, Quan Harris out of Henry County, 48.7. He had in the prelims. Another guy who had a season best, that's the 11th fastest time all classification. So we have 48.7, 47.1, and then Samuel McDade out of Cross Keys around 49 flat. He did that earlier in the season, 49.09. He's just as junior as well as Poole.
Washington County, of course, in the 3A classification this year, finished as the state runner-up at the Big Dome in Atlanta on the gridiron. Well, they've got some great, and I mean great, dual sport athletes at Washington County, and have over the last couple of years. Not just football to track conversion, but to basketball, to baseball as well. Some fine wrestlers as well that make a conversion.
Yeah.
Of course, the Gray kids, Alicia playing basketball over at North Carolina.
Yep.
And of course, her younger brother AJ, quarterback last year for the state runner-up. Might be a linebacker at the next level, it looks like. We'll see how all that plays out as he continues his athletic career.
You see that a lot in Georgia. It's like, oh, what'd you do in high school? Eric Berry, I was quarterback. And then like, oh, okay, I'm a defender. Oh, okay. And he played both, but he was mainly quarterback. He kind of played in and out on defense. So.
Well, both Elliott and Evan at one time played quarterback and running back. The younger brothers of Eric. I actually, covered them a couple of years ago when they barely made the playoffs.
Yeah, this is, you're right.
A few years ago,
This is kind of the land of football. This is the land of defense. It really is. I mean, if you look at the NFL, it's so defensive loaded as far as what it relates to as it comes out of Georgia. Like Keith Brooking, we mentioned Taquillo Spikes out of Washington County, Champ Bailey, Pac-Man Jones out of Westlake, who was a first-round pick. Just tons and tons of defensive players. You saw in the NFL draft, Georgia was second in natives drafted on day one. For the first round, tied with Texas at 4. So a lot of athletes out of the state of Georgia, and most of those guys were defenders. So, but yeah, Quintaveon Poole, this is going to be an awesome one to watch here in 3A out of lane 4. But don't count out Quan Harris with the 48.7 in the prelims.
Lane assignment: Zach Willis out of Oconee County in 1. Caleb Stevenson from White County in lane 2. Todd Woodring out of Jackson County in 3. Then there's Quintaveon Poole out of Waco in lane 4. Quan Harris, as he mentioned, out of Henry County in 5. Andre Burrell out of Cedar Grove in 6. Samuel McDade out of Cross Keys in 7. And Khalil Anderson from Buford in lane 8.
And Todd Woodring, second fastest, 48.49 out of Jackson County that he ran in the prelims. So it's going to be fast. Lane 4, you see Quintaveon Poole, kind of a shorter guy. You don't really associate shorter guys with 400, but he doesn't seem to have a problem.
And he's certainly not pacing himself. He's picking guys off left and right. He will have the lead by turn 3, I think.
I love it. And you know what? He could clean up his form a little bit. His ceiling is very high. Get the knees up a little bit, get that motion going forward. But, yeah, he's faster than me. So this is awesome. Go for it. Let's see him. We'll see him in the 200 today. Let's do it.
What's the pacing for second as we watch them come through the final turn? And it does, in fact, look like Quintaveon Poole out of Washington County is going to win the race. Todd Woodring from Jackson trying to hold on to second. 3 men with a chance at third. It'll be a very close finish. It looks right now as though it's Poole, Woodring, and McDade.
Yeah, 47.30, that's the second fastest time he's ever run. That's cruising. That's a top 10 time in the nation. He already had a top 10 time in the nation coming in. The 9th fastest 400-meter runner in the nation. We'll see him again next year. We will see Quintaveon Poole in the future out of Washington County.
Poole wins the 400-meter dash in the 3A classification. Todd Woodring and Samuel McDade round out your top 3.
Yeah, that was a great job. Yeah, Woodring, we saw so many PRs in the prelims. That's how many we saw. I was like, oh, that's right. Woodring PR'd in the 400. She one of 1,000 that did that yesterday. So, yeah, saw him get second place. And strong time, 48.60. Ran 48.49 in the prelims yesterday. McDade in third. So, great times.
So the 4A classification now. In the 400-meter dash here at the Georgia Olympics.
This one of the top junior track athletes in the nation. We saw him be Ryan Clark out of Banneker in College Park.